Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Monday, September 20th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're somebody that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how to use them as a tool to make good decisions as a trader, then this will be a video for you. Very quickly, before I get started, I just want for you to keep in the back of your mind that if you're enjoying what you see and you do want to learn more about technical analysis and how to use them as a tool to build consistency, then I want to personally invite you to get signed up for this free live class that I'm offering Thursday of next week. So if you're interested, then in the description box, if you're watching on YouTube, there's a link you can click on, or if you're watching at my site, claytrader.com, then right on the webpage, there's going to be an area that you can click on to get signed up. So like I said, just keep that in the back of your mind, and if you like what you see, then like I said, I want to personally invite you to get signed up. First one here, ticker symbol CRVS, and what a monster way to end the week. I mean, you look down here at the volume, and it's just gigantic volume. Very nice price movement, including, and I should note that I'm doing the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these, as they're called, candlesticks, represents 30 minutes. So in other words, check out the last 30 minutes of the day, and now that I think about it, given it's Friday, the last 30 minutes of the week, just huge explosion to the upside. So really what's already taken place here is that already have gotten the breakout right there. So there had been this little area of resistance right there, but that's already now been broken through. So really that's what's going to ultimately be that first key level from a support side of things, and that's just based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So for those of you that would consider yourself more so pullback players, well then 475 seems to be an interesting pullback point. If you are somebody that likes to play breakouts and play momentum, well then at this point, kind of in blue sky breakout territory. I mean, if you really need an area to keep an eye on, that would just simply be where the momentum stopped during the final 30 minutes, which sits right up there at $5.80. So keep an eye on that. But overall, the main idea here is being huge volume, huge volatility. And now the big question just becomes, is this going to carry into Monday? And if it does, then, these are definitely two levels, at least in my opinion, that stand out and that you can definitely form some good quality trade plans around. But yeah, no doubt about it. Quite the way to end the week. Next one, ticker symbol SDC. Did this one several times before, so that's where the red and green line annotations are coming from. But after today's price movement, just going to go ahead and delete those lines out as a whole new pattern has formed given the big movement today with a gap up, explosion upwards. Sure, the price has pulled back some, but by no means is the chart destroyed. I suppose I should note that depends on perspective. If you're a day trader and you bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within 5 minutes, well, yeah, from that perspective, you're probably not going to be having a very good weekend. But assuming you care about more so the big picture point of views, then absolutely beautiful move today, and some new key levels have been established. First level from the support side of things, you can see right down there at $6.35. Not once, but twice the price went down there and bounced right off that level. So does that mean guaranteed that the price is always going to bounce off that level? Of course not. No such thing as a guarantee. But is it at least a valid thought to have? Is it at least a rational thought to have that if the price goes down to that area, it could once again bounce? Yeah, absolutely, it's rational. And that's the whole idea of charts, is they're not giving you a guarantee because those don't exist, but they are helping you make good decisions, not random decisions, right? If you're making random decisions as a trader, that means you're not a trader. That means you're just gambling. But if you're making good, solid, rational decisions, then yeah, that's the idea here. And, that's what that level is providing there, again, at the $6.35 mark. In terms of areas of resistance and breakout areas, the level that stands out to me in terms of kind of the key breakout level, going to be right up there at $6.90. And, again, no guarantees, but if the price can work its way up to $6.90 and then get a good high volume break of that, then I could see this thing making a good push up into the mid sevens, if not even higher than that. But overall, big movement up. Now really the question just becomes, is this just a healthy consolidation right here? And that all remains to be seen, but Monday is definitely going to be very interesting. Next one here, ticker symbol AMC. And overall, it seems as though a sideways channel has officially formed, and I'm going to make it a couple adjustments. This level here, no adjustments here, $49 remains that key area of resistance. And if you've watched past top 10 videos, you've heard me talk about that level quite a bit. But that's going to be, the top portion of this sideways channel. But the one adjustment I am going to make now that we have more data is I'm going to go ahead and adjust this area, this green line down to right there at the $44 mark, because you can see after today on two separate occasions the price got right down in the general area of 44, and to give credit where credit's due, the price did hold very nicely. But overall, that's really the easiest way in my mind to summarize things. Is it really does seem as though AMC is just entering into this consolidation period with the sideways channel. Again, top of the channel resistance up there at 49, bottom of the channel support down there at 44. So moving forward, it's really just a question of who is ultimately going to win out. Are the bulls going to win out by fighting through the upside, or the bear is going to win out by pushing down to the downside? And that remains to be seen. But in my mind, like I said, that's really the quickest and easiest way to just summarize what's going on, a sideways channel pattern. Next one, ticker symbol PLTR, and overall good solid day. Higher highs and higher lows. So from a trend building perspective, I mean, you really can't ask for any more than that. And that's exactly what happened today. I definitely have a very well-defined new kind of key battleground to watch now moving forward. And that sits right up here at $29.25. Again, generally speaking, you can see that's right where the price got rejected from the opening part of the day. Tried again late afternoon and once again got rejected right up around that area. So by no means am I saying that the price can never ever get through $29.25. I'm just saying that after today's price movement, it's become pretty apparent that, yeah, that's going to be the main area where there are some sellers sitting up there. And if there is going to be any sort of continuation of the trend, then that's certainly going to be the level that needs to be broken. So keep an eye on $29.25. In terms of pullback levels, so for those of you that maybe like to try to play pullbacks within uptrends, the level that stands out quite a bit to me, right down there at that $28 mark, you can see price found some support right there, found some support right there. So very clearly, you know, an area where buyers are hanging out. So it's really just a matter of personal preference, personal strategy. Breakout players, they're going to be focused on $29.25. Pullback players are going to be focused more so around $28. Next one here, ticker symbol HLBZ. Very interesting movement today. Of course, got the huge surge in volume. Although right now, late day, things are looking a little bit sketchy as the price has started to pull back here. Does that mean that the entire chart's destroyed? Does not mean that. But yeah, it does make it a little bit more interesting. But the one good news here is that you don't have to worry about, am I chasing the price? Am I suffering from, FOMO, fear of missing out? Absolutely not, because the price already pulled back. Now, people that were buying up there, yeah, they suffered from FOMO. They chased the price, and they're probably not going to be having a very good weekend. But if you're still just observing this, well, then the price has pulled back, but it still has overall a chance to continue on with the uptrend. Because, if you think about it, even if the price were to pull all the way down to that $16 mark, so 16 and then turn itself around, what would you still have from the bigger picture point of view? You'd still have a big set of lows right there. You'd have those lows down there, and if you envision those as stair steps, overall, you'd still have good, solid stair steps in the upwards direction. So yes, it does come down to your strategy and personal preference, but my point here is that the price could pull back even more, and yet the overall chart would still have the opportunity to build an overall higher base. So keep an eye on the 16 from a support standpoint. As far as breakout areas are concerned, right there around 23.25 seems to be that main breakout area. But as of now, the main question seems to be, is this just going to be a healthy pullback, or is this actually the start of something much bigger to the downside, which is why, as always, risk management matters so much. Next one, ticker symbol IPHA. And I really like this one just because the levels are very well defined. It's either going to just continue to collapse back to the downside, or maybe this is just a healthy consolidation and this thing's going to want to turn itself around. But like I said, just very well defined area. So as far as, key levels of support, right down there at $7.60. You can see several times the price has been right down around that area, and it has held as support. So watch that very closely. If the price breaks through there, of course, no guarantees, but at that point, it would put the price down in kind of this no man's land right here. So to think that the price could, go down there and close that gap around 6, again, not guaranteed, but in my mind, a more than a rational, potential outcome. And then on the flip side of things, as far as areas of resistance, very well defined area going to be right up there around $8.60. So you got to think that if the price can work its way and then finally get the break up through there, again, does that guarantee that it goes up to $12? I'm not saying that, but is it at least valid? Is it at least rational to think that that could create, buying pressure and bring some more momentum back into the stock? Yeah, absolutely it does. So that's why I like that one. Very well defined, couple of areas, and it's just a question of which way is the price ultimately going to break. Next one here, ticker symbol LCID. And shame on me, I've been watching this one and said, I'm not going to quite put in the top 10. I'm not going to quite put in the top 10. And now I'm finally putting in the top 10. So watch this thing collapse now that it's in the top 10. I'm just saying that jokingly. But yeah, we'll see what happens with it. But at this point, you just can't deny it. Reason number one, what a strong uptrend all of a sudden. From being down here to now, just truly a great overall upwards channel here that's formed. And then within the channel, have a nice pattern here. So let's just get this pattern drawn into play. You have this resistance area right there. You have this support area of the pattern right there. Let's change that to green to represent more of a bullish dynamic of the pattern. And then just to keep everything kind of the same color, to hopefully easier to see. So again, there's the resistance, there's the support, put in the bull pull part, and then put a little golf hole down there, and this would be known as a bull pennant pattern. So bull pennant pattern within a nice overall uptrending channel. Does that guarantee that the price is going to keep on going up? Again, no such thing as a guarantee, but is it at least valid? Is it at least a good thought process to have that it very well could continue on up? Yeah, it absolutely is. So by no means is it some sort of random decision to be thinking, I think the price can go back up. You can make a justified claim on why you think so. Doesn't mean it'll happen, but it's certainly not some sort of random gamble with no thought process behind it. So yeah, just a question of, can this bull pennant, continue on within the uptrend? We'll see what happens early next week. Next one, ticker symbol CEI. And overall, nothing really new to talk about, so this should be very brief, but got the resistance up there at $1.85, which I talked about previously. And you can see that the price made a run at it right there. Could not quite push through it, and then did get rejected back down. But overall, it still remains perfectly in its uptrend. I mean, it's still got and been doing a good job of staying above that purple line there, the 50 period moving average. So yeah, today, it kind of maybe felt off because the price didn't put in any higher highs. All right, I apologize. I'm up at my cottage right now, and long story short, our newborn, who's like 3 months old, is in my office / bedroom / everything, and she just started to cry out. So I don't know if the mic started to pick that up, but anyways, I apologize. She's not out of the room, so we can continue on here. But anyways, like I was saying, price is still above that purple line there, the 50 period moving average. So from an overall trend perspective, nothing is wrong. Nothing's been violated. It's not like the price has done anything catastrophic. Again, sure, it can feel like maybe something's wrong since this thing didn't put any new highs today, which it's been doing. But just because the price doesn't put in new highs every single day doesn't mean that anything's wrong. So today just seems like a consolidation day. And like I said, as long as the price stays above that purple line, which it still is doing, then overall you still have to give full benefit of the doubt to the bulls. Next one here, ticker symbol NAK. And what I like about this one, and let me be very clear, by no means am I trying to imply that this trend line I'm about to draw is some sort of special talent that I have or some sort of great discovery. The exact opposite. I assure you that people that use charts, understand charts, are going to be able to draw that trend line right there. I mean, talk about the power of charts. I mean, look at that. Using these two levels, did a perfect job of forecasting where that resistance was and then that resistance. But like I said, a lot of people have drawn that trend line. And I say all of that because when a lot of people are watching the same level, wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can definitely produce some very dynamic price movements. And that's what we have right here. So while nothing is guaranteed, more than valid, more than rational to think that if the price can get up to that trend line and get the break through it, that could very well create quite a bit of upwards buying pressure, and then things get just that much more exciting. So really, to me, that is the main dynamic of this one. I'm not saying that other dynamics don't matter, but the core dynamic is all about that trend line here, which is just, like I said, done an amazing job of forecasting those resistance areas. So the big question going into next week is, can the price push up through that trend line and get the big breakout? We'll see. And then here we have UVXY, and this is really just an ETF, an inverse ETF, meaning, just to make things easy, if you think the overall markets are going to continue to pull back, I don't want to use the word collapse because that's way too dramatic, but if you do believe that the overall markets are going to continue to pull back, then this is one that can allow you to get involved and still make money, even if the overall markets are going down. And you can see that the overall markets had a rough day today, hence why this one went up. So yes, overall markets went down, yet this one actually went up. And like I said, so if you're thinking, yeah, I think the markets still want to come down some more, well, then this is one you'd want to keep an eye on. And specifically, and let me squeeze things out and make sure I'm not, missing out on anything. But yeah, in terms of, I suppose I didn't need to do it that far, but in support of overall trend lines, very clear level just like that. So that's going to be one breakout point that you could keep an eye on. If the price does break above there, then that's implying that the overall markets are getting that much more rougher. So that'll be, in my mind, I'm very curious about how does the price react around that trend line. Because again, if the price goes up there and just blast right through it, well, that implies that the overall markets are not having a very good day at all. So if that pullback continues, then I don't think this trend line is going to stand a chance at all. So at least worth keeping an eye on that from the breakdown point. And then from maybe an overall pullback point, going to put this lower trend line in place right there. So yeah, this level is not really in play right now. But who knows? Maybe the markets have some sort of temporary upwards move before they come back down. That could certainly bring that lower trend line into place right there. But again, just like NAK, the main dynamic here that really has has caught my eye is all about that trend line, and is the price going to be able to push up through it? And if it does, then that certainly could create that much more buying pressure. So early next week will be very revealing in regards to the strength or lack thereof of this one. So that wraps up the top 10. And again, just want to personally invite you, if you did like what you see and you want to learn more about how to use technical analysis as a tool to build consistency, then the class is being offered on Thursday, September 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely get signed up for it. And then as far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy this format, if you would like for me to continue to make these videos, then please communicate that to me by doing two very easy things. Hit that like button, leave a basic comment. Could be the number one. It could be a smiley face. It could be saying hi. It could be a ticker symbol that you're watching next week. But just hitting the like button, leaving a basic comment communicates to me that you enjoy them. And as long as I know people are enjoying them and that it's worth the time and effort to put them together, then I have no problem continuing to do that. So again, please just let me know. Hit the like button, leave any sort of comment down below. And then again, if you want to learn more about technical analysis, how to use charts as a tool to build consistency, then get signed up for the class and hopefully I'll see you next Thursday. But I wish you all a great weekend and I'll see you back on Monday.